Hi there, this is Simon from Wallboard, and in this short video I would like to talk about the Windows devices, Windows media players, when are they good and when are they a bad selection. On the pro side of Windows, it is not a question that, Windows has been developed by Microsoft for 30 years, so it is a very reliable system and it supports a lot of hardwares, a lot of cards, a lot of chipsets and everything. It is a very strong software background behind the Windows Media Player. The flexibility of the Windows means that you can select any kind of CPU, any kind of motherboard, any kind and any multiple video cards into the box. So if you have a challenge to have 16 HDMI outputs because that video wall needs that, you can do it easily in a Windows PC. Also, Windows is coming out with security and firmware updates and driver updates and everything else. So these are the big pros. If you have a challenge to, display 10 Power BI chart on a digital signage video wall, what hardware would you select than Windows? Because it will need a lot of CPU power to display the Power BI charts one by one, or it needs a lot of output, so Windows is an obvious solution. Of course, if you compare Windows with an Android media player, it will be much more expensive, it will need more time to set it up, but at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do with the Windows device. Here you can see that there is a Geode device, this is an AOPEN small device, and this is an AOPEN heavy and hard device, but inside this piece of PC, there is an i5 with 16 GB of RAM and an SSD. It has dual network connection. This is a very professional device. So this is, even if you take a look at it, it looks much better than an Android media player. Let's see. So the pros are the flexibility of the hardware, the stability of the operating system, for sure the ability to create any kind of setup. The cons, a Windows device will always be more expensive. A Windows device needs a little bit more setup time. And let's say this one, versions. Windows 10 is the actual version, and of course there are Windows 11, and there is not a huge difference between Windows 10 and 11. So if an application can run on Windows 10, it has 99% of possibility it will also work on Windows 11. Let's hope that it's going to be the same in the future, and Windows 12 or whatever comes out next year will be the same one. But there are versions, and this is a very important difference, not the 10 or 11, but if you are using a Windows Home, Windows Professional, Enterprise, or an IoT version. The difference between these versions is if your application can manage the Windows system on a way that it should in case of a digital signage application. So it can happen on a Windows Home that Microsoft comes out with a software update that needs a manual human interaction, and even if you have a screen on the wall, someone needs to click and accept the pop-up windows. So go ahead and use Windows Enterprise all the times, or if you can buy a device with a Windows IoT, then the client application can ensure that those updates are never changing the interface in a way that you don't want. Browser. On the Windows, you are going to use a Chrome browser and it is automatically updated, so there are going to be browser updates and there won't be a problem. The price I talked about is that the Windows price is somewhere between the 400 and range, so it is more expensive than Android device, but in power and in reliability, it is, there is a huge difference. Setup time. When you buy an Android device, your client application setup will be quite fast. In case of Windows device, you have to spend more time on the device prepare. The installation will take, of course, much more time. Much more time means that a proper setup for client application, let's say altogether with the operating system, is at least half an hour. The maintenance, what is a good thing is you can use the TeamViewer, so a tool that you can remote into the device and remotely manage it. But also, for example, eOpen offers a remote management tool that you can manage the device through their interface and even reinstall it, even restart it, and do complex things. And lastly, the availability or maintenance of the device. This is what I talked about. The availability of the device is, I think this is a huge challenge or advantage, that if you go ahead and you want to select this eOpen device, you can buy it in all the countries of the world locally. It has a product code, and you can be sure that if you order this product, you're going to get this product. And nothing will be changed under the hood, on the motherboard, because, they will produce this device in all the countries. So this is about the Windows devices. See you in the next video.